Get my boobs together.
What's up? What's up, you guys? It is Wednesday. What is today? Somebody help me out. It's Wednesday,
February 5th.
February 5th, 2025. And you're here with the hit list. We have been, this norovirus, coronavirus, flu has been rapidly going through our cast. And so I've been sick for the past 2.5 weeks. Tamar's been sick for like 3 weeks. Everybody has something going, something of this crazy virus going on. So we're back and we are here to talk about the hottest topics, what's going on in pop culture and entertainment. How's everyone doing?
Good to be back.
I need y'all to be a little bit more lively
Good
than
to be
that.
back.
How's everyone doing?
Great. Blessed.
Okay, all right.
We got a lot to cover.
We do have a lot to cover, and we have a lot of people on tonight. And I usually don't have this many people on at once, but I made a mistake. So we're gonna try to get through this tonight in an organized fashion. But first off, I need to do some business really quick. I need to share what's going on, and then we're gonna get into the thing of the things. Edit privacy. All right, there we go. So first off, let's cover some business. Disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, so Kate, how was your break? We haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to?
I'm just working and parenting and just trying to, take it. There we were in Chicago last time eating. That was just such a random bar. That was cute. I've been freezing. I mean, even there, I have my hands like between my thighs. I'm cold now. I'm cold.
I was sick that night, but when Kate calls, I come out. So, we had fun.
So that's why your hands were between your thighs?
I don't know. There's probably multiple reasons why.
Well, I'm glad to have you back, Kate, and I'm glad that.
Thank you. I love the hit list.
We had a little slumber party the other night when you came in town, and actually, when me and Kate have slumber parties, it's her coming over. I talk to her for an hour. I go to my room and go to bed, and she watches Dateline in my living room. That's what
he gives me. BioFreeze. Gives me a pain patch, a Xanax.
And then I go in my room,
and then it's a great situation.
Right, but you're always welcome over our house. You know that.
Thank you, honey.
Brandy, we haven't seen you in a while. What's been going on, cuz?
So much. Just a lot of traveling, a lot of family business, trying to help everybody's new year start off on a bright note. So a lot of that type of stuff. I had a birthday. That was me on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, beautiful.
Thank you.
And then you got a new toy, didn't you?
Come on through, girl.
I did get myself a new toy.
Come get me.
I know that's right.
Do you like it?
I love her. She's a cutie.
What kind of car is it?
A Honda HR-V Sport.
That's what's up.
Sunday on my way home from church and grocery shopping, I had a blowout on the freeway. So my whole tire, I pulled over and it looked like half my tire was gone.
Wow.
What's happening?
Oh.
It was scary.
We want to thank the Lord that you are okay and nothing happened worse on the highway. So
I made it. I survived it. So
We give praise to that. Amen. Well, I'm glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back. I missed y'all. All y'all beautiful ladies.
Who's next? Oh, Melanie. What have you been? What is this? What's going on? What's
next thrower?
A lot was happening. There was lots of drinks happening. So I went to a brewery, and guess what they let you do first? Tour the brewery, sample as much beer as you'd like, and all different kinds, and then they let you go throw the axe.
Okay.
So that was but I had fun, lots of fun. So
that's all that matters.
Good. Amen.
Well, I'm glad you were also not feeling well. You called me last week, and I could hardly understand what you were saying.
Like no voice, like so. I'm just grateful to be here. I'm just gonna be saying things. No, I'm joking, but it's just good to be feeling better. Trust me, because I had to stay home from work, like work from home. It was terrible because I had one monitor. Like I know first world problems, but it was terrible. So
well, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better, and I love having you. So
thank you.
All right, who's next? Hey Mar, what's going on?
Hi everybody. This is me at my house in my living room working on projects with my friends. I mean, I was sick too. I mean, it's just been like the flu, but yeah, we're like I'm the fundraising chair for our conference this year, so I have a group of people that I'm working with to get together to come up with some ideas for different events that we're going to have throughout the year to raise money for mental health. So it's an opportunity that I'm really, really grateful to get. And, just trying to walk into different spaces that I feel God can like use me. So,
Amen.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Yes, brother.
That's what's up. Well, what is this? What's going on in this picture?
Oh my God. So the guy that's sitting next to me is one of my good friends. We found this this group. It's called Taco Tuesdays. And basically these are men that are like grown men talking about grown man problems. This month we're talking about love and how to be in relationships. So it's like walking in, like what I'm trying to do this year is like put myself in different spaces that I've never been in before. But yeah, this group of guys are really cool. I mean, I've been meeting so many people and they all are like photographers and podcasters and stuff like that. So I'm just
what? We don't, the gays here in Chicago are so what am I doing?
Gay?
So
competitive.
Such a we don't have stuff like that here. So for you to have something like that in your area, don't take that lightly. That's awesome.
And I'm like really being real. I don't have a lot of black men that are in my life that are like very like on the same mind frame. So walking into these spaces, not knowing anybody, me and my friend was like, let's just go. And bitch, if we need to run, we're gonna run. But we went in there. It's been a space, and nobody's trying to have sex with each other. Everybody's just there being grown and like being real casual with each other and just building rapport with each other. So it's just 2025. I'm trying to walk and be in different spaces with like-minded.
Yes,
that's awesome. Well, I like I said, we're so segregated here in Chicago. We don't have that kind of stuff. So don't take that lightly. And good luck with everything you're doing with that group.
Thank you.
Good luck with all those men that you're meeting.
Listen, we gonna talk.
So
he don't want to go since there's no sex.
How dare you, Natasha? That's why you don't want to go.
So I don't have, sometimes this group, I ask them to do stuff and they don't do it. So I don't have pictures from everybody. But Micheal, how was your break?
I like that. That's the entree I got. Okay?
No. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Micheal is the one.
Ring the bell. Okay. No pictures.
Hold on.
Micheal this week. I get it.
Let me do. Hold on. Michael's the one who always does everything I ask him. So sorry I let it. Like Micheal is always on top of everything. He calls me. He texts me back. He responds. So that was not shade to Micheal.
You could have threw that one
Micheal,
to me.
How was your break?
It was good. Listen, I've been eating a lot of vegetables this year. That was like my thing. So I'm not getting sick like you sick people. I'm doing very well, very good. Okay, my events are going well. I'm working very well. Eat vegetables. That's what I'll say.
Don't you grow vegetables in your greenhouse?
I do. Yeah.
So it's a lot easier for you to get them as opposed to the people in the city.
Excuses already. This one. All right.
I eat vegetables. I'm not getting sick, baby. I'm just offending everybody else.
You live in Broward County. You live in Florida. You can grow vegetables.
I'm not sick, and I haven't been sick.
So since we have so many people on tonight, we have to be mindful of talking. So I'm going to call in each person. Marcus, how was your break?
It was great. Kickball season started over here in South Florida. I'm on an awesome team, and we're gearing up to win the championship, and we're just playing hard and having a good time.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Natasha?
Hello.
Hi.
So I did not send Nan picture because there was no picture to send. My baby, my mother-in-law, God bless her, she took my baby for the weekend. She took her both Saturday and Sunday. And I slept.
Great.
I slept. I have been so tired. Hubby has been doing, my husband's a truck driver, so he's been doing longer trips, like 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, and been, thugging it out solo, not dissing him because he's working his tail off on the road.
Yeah.
But thugging it out, working with the 5-year-old and the school and life things and everything. And I've just been tired. And I slept. I just couldn't stop sleeping. And so, yeah, that's what I did this weekend.
Couldn't stop sleeping. I know that's right.
I love your ears, Natasha.
Thank you.
They look nice.
I love that for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it for me, too.
Last but not least, Shaqqq. How was your break?
Yeah, no, I did not have a picture. God, I hate to have it go on last, and I feel like I gotta bring the tone down a little. Unfortunately, I found out last week that a friend passed, and I got the news on Facebook. I haven't been on as much lately. I've just been kind of sharing my posts and keeping it moving, and so I got a call from a cousin. And I think she thought I knew, and she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm good. What's going on?" And so then, throughout the conversation, we kind of figure out what happened. I do not want to share this person's business or anything. The family is being really hush hush, but it is my belief that it was possibly suicide. I do not have confirmation, and it set me off on a bit of an emotional spiral. It got me asking myself questions. Have I checked in on my friends? Have I talked to my people? And so what happened after that was how do I make myself feel better before my next therapy session? I didn't have time to talk. I just actually had my therapy session and was able to talk with my therapist about it. And so for me, it was important to see friends this weekend. I saw a friend I hadn't seen in some time. We got together and had lunch and saw each other, and it was good. We're both working parents and tired. Just kind of checked in, even on friends maybe who I didn't talk to personally. I checked with other friends and was like, "Have you heard from them? Have you talked to them? What have you heard?" And I've been in a weird place with friendships this year, and so but the loss was sobering, especially all the things that are going on in these times, and people are very emotional, and people are going through things without the turbulence of the time. But when you put that on top of it, I do think it exacerbates it a bit. And these are just weird times for people. And I've been trying, I feel like I've been hiding in my bubble because of it, like it's mostly been me and my children and my girlfriend. And I'm just like, I don't want any outside influence. And then I had to ask myself, are you too deep in your bubble? Have you checked in your network? And so just trying to be more mindful of that, even as I feel myself pulling away and self-protecting, I also want to check on my people. And so it was a lot. It was very emotional. I will miss her deeply, and it's been a weird time. So yeah, I don't know that it's been a picture time. It's been more of a consider time. And yeah, so
well, we love you. We love you, and we will be praying for the family. And you're right. We're in weird times, and we're gonna get into that tonight. But we love you, and you can always depend on us. You know that.
Yeah,
we have a family.
I am grateful for our group chat. It is nice to see those comments coming in. What I can say is sometimes loss can just remind you of how fortunate you are. And I find myself looking around at my kids. I have so many things that I'm living for that keep me going. And I was with my girlfriend, and I'm grateful. So,
amen.
Amen. Well, again, we love you.
Yeah.
So my week, like I told you guys, I've been sick kind of for the last 2.5 weeks. But even though I'm sick, sometimes I still have to get dressed up and do stuff and like style people and all that stuff. So I was let me see. My friend Micheal moved to South Carolina. She's one of my good girlfriends here in Chicago. So we had a going away party for her last week.
Yes, I'm glad.
And it was very, 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 very sad because I don't have my circle is very, very small. Like me and 4 other people, if that. And so when somebody leaves and your circle is small, it was kind of
heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking. But I wish her luck. She met her love of her life, and she's moving to South Carolina with him, and I wish her all the luck. So we had a party for my friend Micheal, and then we had me and Hector. We had flannel night. Yeah, we did that.
He said,
"Okay, Cowboy Carter."
And then there was an event at Balenciaga.
The booty shorts.
Come on, legs.
So yeah, that's that. That was my my weekend. Not my weekend. My last 3 weeks, kind of. And this is another picture from the party.
Yes, check on our people.
Party from Micheal.
Yes, check on our people.
So before we get into the thick of what's going on, I really want to send prayers out to that horrible, both of the plane crashes, but specifically the one in Washington D.C. You guys, that just shook me, and I'm still shook from it. I don't know why it hit me so hard, why I'm so emotional over it, but it's just been really. I just pray for them, and I does anyone have anything to say about that incident?
There were a lot of children on there, and I think
was a lot.
that is
heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Last thing I heard today, they have gotten all of the 67 bodies out of the Potomac River as of now. And so I think families can now begin to plan what they need to plan. But it was just, I don't know why.
Sad. Watching it,
go ahead, Marcus.
What was really sad for me that kind of made it like real was watching one of the TikToks that the kids did where they were passing the camera to each one of the teammates on the plane and they were like saying goofy stuff, and it was just so heartbreaking. These kids had their whole life to live, and it was just like, I have nieces and nephews that are 13 and 14 right now and 9, so it's like, and I'm very, very close to them. So it especially hit home because they play sports as well. And it could happen to any one of our kids or nephews or little brothers or sisters. You know what I mean? This wasn't a race thing or like a money thing or like a class thing. It was like they went on a flight and this horrible tragedy happened. And when it's something that can happen to any of us, that's when it really hits so hard. You know?
Yeah, agreed.
I think that's what hit the hardest because I fly a lot. I know all of us travel very. Brandy, Marcus, we all fly a lot, and so it could that song, it could have been me. It could have been me. So
yeah. And this idea of it being team sports is, I think, just every parent's worst nightmare. This idea that we send our children off, and this is a big deal for kids to get together as a team and to get on a flight and to go do something together.
Yeah.
It's huge for children, and
okay, so let's lighten the mood a little bit. The Grammys were on this last Sunday, 2025 Grammys. And it was the first time I really
enjoyed it.
That I enjoyed the Grammys. There are a lot of artists that I discovered. You guys know I don't listen to anything but Luther, Aretha, anybody. You got to be a legend for me to listen to you, a real legend. And so they had a lot of new talent on that I don't know about, like this Doechii girl. I wouldn't know her if she came and slapped me.
You sound like such an old uncle.
Really impressed. This some chick named Ray, Raye. She performed.
Raya, I love her.
She's good, right?
I was blown away. Her voice was awesome.
She kind of reminds me of Amy Winehouse.
Yeah,
that's what Hector said.
That's her aesthetic.
A gorgeous version of Amy. A gorgeous version of Amy
Winehouse without drugs.
That part.
Version.
I've got a post to send you. It's like a collection of Doechii because she sings and she raps, and she has quite a few popular songs out now that you wouldn't know was her. I'm gonna send it to you. I think you're gonna
send it to me.
Well, being here in Florida, she's huge. Like down here, like you have no idea she's from Tampa, Florida, so you have no idea like the impact that like she's caused over here. Like they've been playing her on the radio for a minute down here. So the fact that like she went mainstream, because she's very like old school, like Run DMC, like like that old school hip hop vibe that's been lost today in music. Because
Marcus,
go ahead.
Well, I'm saying when you mentioned her being in Tampa, I think that's huge. If you know the Tampa community, I always tell people
they're full of rappers.
I spent a decade in Tampa, and there is so much talent in Tampa. But when you think of Florida and talent, people don't typically think of.
They don't put them hand in hand.
Yeah. They I think they may think Miami or something, but so the art scene in Tampa is really beautiful.
Yeah.
Because it's a little smaller in a way. It makes it more intimate, I think,
and you really get to know the artists and the actual pieces and
poets.
Things.
Oh man, there's some good poets out there. There's a lot of
performed. I just want to say she performed her ass off, and you guys know I don't give compliments at all.
Mm-hmm.
She's amazing.
She I was very impressed. But also the big story of the night, my queen, my queen, Miss Knowles Carter. Won for best album and won best country.
Horrible.
It has flipped this country its head for some reason. So I don't want everybody to attack all at once.
I'll go first.
We're gonna break this down. We're gonna talk about it, and don't get mad if somebody don't agree with what you have to say. Marcus, you want to go first? Go ahead.
Andre 3000 should have won Album of the Year. The simple fact that did you even know that Andre 3000 was nominated for Album of the Year? Exactly. No, because this whole hoopla of Beyonce and Cowboy Carter totally dominated the music and the albums that were actually nominated. Is Cowboy Carter a country album? No. Did they finally give her the award because she should have got this for Lemonade? Yes. Am I happy? Yes, because Beyonce deserves the recognition, but not for this album. This album did not deserve Album of the Year. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's your opinion.
I'll slap you in the head if you ain't had your hat on.
Okay, well, let's go with you, Shaqqq. Obviously, you feel some type of way about it.
First of all, Cowboy Carter actually isn't my favorite. I am a Renaissance fan, so I'm like, So with that being said, I don't have any issue with her winning or not winning. My opinion is always that they usually get it wrong anyway, and so if you're gonna right or wrong, right or wrong. And so I felt like at the end of the day, whether it should have won or not is a moot point because she needed something because they have missed the mark on her for like 3 albums or something. So I'm not losing sleep over it. I think the thing that angers me the most about this conversation is this idea that she isn't making a country album. I still can't figure out why Beyonce still isn't a country album. What is a country album?
Let's talk about
it's that. Like white people, I think.
Do you guys? Well, hold on, Michael. Do you have anything to say about
country music? Is black people.
We'll get into it. Hold on, Michael. Do you have something to say about this?
I thought Miss Knowles Carter looked very nice, tuned up.
The men's are great.
Appropriate to receive the award. Mm-hmm. I was scratching my head. It's not a country album. It's not even really a good album.
Okay. Natasha?
First of all, I'm not even a Beyonce stan. Let's just get that straight. Y'all see who I'm wearing tonight. So I am coming at this as objectively as one can be. Okay. What in the hell is a country album if Cowboy Carter is not a country album? Because the snippets that I listened to, it was country all day. Dolly Parton,
Willie
Taylor
Nelson,
Swift, Willie Nelson, all of them
got paid to be on the album.
And they all could have released something that sounded exactly like something that was on that album. So I'm just trying to figure out exactly, but they have. I'm sure if we did some comparisons, we would definitely hear some stuff that sounds similar to Cowboy Carter as it sounds on their catalog too, which there's no problem with that being classified as country, but Cowboy Carter, it's a problem for that to be classified as country. I am just
one
so
of my favorite country albums
again.
Aldean, okay, My Kind of Party. That's a rap album.
Again, not a stan of Beyonce.
Sounds like a stan to me.
No, fair is fair. I can be objective. Fair is fair. So how is this not a country album? That's what I need to understand.
Why do you have a beehive tattoo on your back?
Okay, hold on, you guys. We have to do one at a time. Hold on. Okay, so Tamar, you have something to say.
Okay, I don't like Cowboy Carter. I think it sucked.
Okay,
it's like one of the worst albums I've ever heard. Like, I think she sampled. I feel like she went in sampling like all these different artists, and honestly, Beyonce's country as fuck. As she's country, she's from Houston, Texas, honey. All we do, we country. You know, we give country vibes. But I don't think Cowboy Carter. See, I can't even say the name right. Cowboy Carter. Cowboy Honey. That album should have got album of the year, honey, because that album was about the whole album.
Ooh,
I have tried. Like, she has some songs on there that she's remade, like American Requiem. Like, that doesn't give country. That gives like Beyonce Lemonade. So I think like she has some songs on there that she's remade that have been country. Like, she has Linda, her name. She has one country album. She's the first Black woman in country music. Yeah, she's amazing. Beyonce have her on 3 different songs. But for me, I feel like I agree. I feel like they had to right a wrong because they missed the mark so many times for her when she should have won Lemonade. She should have won Renaissance. She should have won Sasha Fierce. Those albums was great. Yeah. But I think there's no way of putting in saying like what is a country album. I think anybody can write any songs and put them on an album, make whatever they want to make. If you want it to be country, let it be country. But for me, I think this album it wasn't something that I am going to listen to. Like, I listened to it one time and I'm done.
And I just want to add really quick. You notice that she announced a tour for this album. Now, remember, the tour for Renaissance was a world tour because this album was received by the masses. The Cowboy Carter tour is only 9 tours in major cities because she knows that she wouldn't be able to sell out a whole stadium of Cowboy Carter tour. I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay, hold on. Melanie.
This is some BS. Like, the whole thing that there's even an argument about Beyonce having the album. Everybody knows Beyonce did Beyonce, basically. Like, she just say, hey, I'm going to tackle this. This is the next thing. It's a checklist. Let me go down my checklist. She's been doing that with her albums consecutively. And I feel like at this point, why are we even arguing back and forth? This is just all a distraction. So we don't talk about what's going on with Jay-Z behind the scenes. Like, come on, like,
thank you.
Like, well, okay. And then she gets up there in her speech and does this whole thing and praises her husband. Like, just we see you, Beyonce. Like, we see what's going on. Like, so it's one of those things where, was it a country album? Was it not? I'm not a fan of this album at all. I will forever go back to B-Day. I would take B-Day on repeat over this album every single time.
Well,
even the Grammy performance of this album, like, come on. All I'm saying is there's a mute point at even going back and forth on should she or shouldn't she. They right or wrong. They did what they did. I guess this is their final attempt in supporting DEI. Let's move on.
Okay. Brandy or Kate, either one of you have anything to say? I know, Brandy, you said you didn't watch the Grammys. So
I didn't watch the Grammys, but I will say congratulations to Beyonce. She's more than deserving. I also agree that they didn't slight at her on more than one occasion. So
she clearly worked very hard on the album. She had a lot of great artists with her, like Willie Nelson and Miley Cyrus and Dolly. I mean, it's, they worked hard on it. So if she says it's country, Beyonce ain't country.
I also want to point out, I'm a music person, so I get different things as somebody who will just go out and listen to the album, just listening to it. It's not just about the songs, it's about the instrumentation, it's about the engineer, how it sounds. It's not just about, is this good album, are the songs good?
But just because you throw a banjo on a song doesn't make it country. That's what she initially did.
Okay, but we're not
but if you're talking musically, anyone can musically put a banjo and like whatever instruments are used in the country genre. I'm not too familiar with them. But anyone can do that.
Yeah, like if you sing about God, it's a gospel song. Yeah, what defines it?
If Willie Nelson's on it, it's country. Willie Nelson should not be on a rap album.
Willie Nelson has been on a rap album.
What Ashleigh just said, I'm the same way. I go into albums listening for the story. I can say some of those songs on that album have stories. I'm not gonna sit here and take away from what she did.
Storytelling is country.
The background vocals, the background vocals they eat. Like you have
and
to
I love one thing about her. One thing about her album, I love that she gave Black artists that's in the country community that are country artists on a daily. She gave them opportunities to have a platform where they have not had the platform. So I commend her on that.
Hey, Micheal.
Let's get into these comments. My Melvin Graham, my cousin says my niece's Black country music label. Check it out. And Cowboy Carter is a country album. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melvin.
Now you don't like it.
JT Francis says, I agree with Marcus. There's only 2 bangers on that album. Okay.
Thank you, JT, for always being right.
Even if you don't like country music, though, you still can't say this is a country album. Like again, this is not anything that I would listen to really anytime. But I gave it a listen, and the instrumentation, the production, the vocal, everything. It's a country album. It's a solid country album.
It's Beyonce country.
I repeat, my favorite country album, Jason Aldean, My Kind of Party. If we're gonna say Beyonce can't make a country album, My Kind of Party is not a country album.
My favorite country album is Teardrops on My Guitar by Taylor Swift, a real country album. Thank you.
All right. Well, at the end of the day, we're not all going to agree. Congratulations, Beyonce.
Congratulations, Beyonce. I don't have a Grammy.
I can't wait to see you here in May in Chicago. Let's move on. So, Real Housewives of Atlanta trailer premiered this week. A lot of people have been waiting to see what this trailer is going to look like. There are 5 new cast members. There's 4 new girls and 1 new friend. Makes it 5 new cast members. And then returning, we have Portia, we have Phaedra, we have Shamia, who's been a friend. She now has a Peach. And we have Cynthia Bailey, who will also be a friend. So we reported on this story a couple of months ago when it was happening in real time. Kenya Moore, who had a Peach this season, got demoted and I don't know the full story, but there was at her salon opening, her and one of the new cast members, Brittany Eady, had some type of going back and forth thing, and Kenya showed pictures of Britt Eady online doing, I guess she had some P-Hub, some videos on there, and Kenya showed it at her opening. And Bravo.
Revenge porn.
Yeah, you can't say the P word.
Revenge corn.
Yes. Kenya, Bravo was not playing, and so they demoted her, and so now she is a friend of, and we really only seen her one time in this trailer. And so a lot of people are saying Kenya needs to be on this season. I guess they have edited her out a lot. And so we're going to take a look at this season, the trailer, and we'll see what everybody thinks. A lot of people said it's giving them Love and Hip Hop vibes. So let's see.
Peach in the orchard, but not everybody can handle the juice.
This season on The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Hey! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Whatever you would like. I'm back, baby! Round of applause! All right.
Ice cream looking good, that royalty flag.
I've played the underdogs when I can outshine the best of them.
serving face. I'm serving body. I'm a Barbie.
Oh, yes. You hear the sex in the engine?
Put your leg down. Not too much.
People would describe me as a good time. A little spicy, a little feisty.
You was trolling me, bitch.
Bitch, I was giving you what you was coming for.
I am married to NBA legend Charles Oakley. Let me make this clear. I'm married to a celebrity. My DMs are flooded.
I'm twirling on my haters.
We want to party. Let's go. And it don't have to be a twerk. I mean, I can twerk.
Cause it's all about the money, money, money.
Welcome to Grenada.
You could find me from stairs.
The best thing about girls trips is the camaraderie.
You know what a point of reference is?
You cut me off, Portia.
Can we just put a button in this because we got the Prime Minister coming?
This is the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Read the room.
I'm reading the room.
You're not.
You should be ready whenever. Whoa. Because you already know it's coming.
Dennis is serving as my executive producer.
Dennis? Yes.
You think I'm banging Drew?
Yes or no?
So who is this hoe?
Britt Edie is her name.
It couldn't go any lower.
She thinks this is okay.
That was Kenya's choice to twirl on down to hell. I don't think she came back out. Now, I heard something about Charles.
She's talking about my husband. And then she was like, you know what? I should Charles.
If you don't take it on back with that 99 nose, don't do that.
Okay, Flavor Flav.
Why did you guys even get a divorce?
He took almost $500,000.
Oh.
The frauding, the scamming. It makes you think how much of it was real.
I'm trying to make music so that I can buy a Rolls Royce because I heard George might be repoed soon.
Oh, God.
I just had an ectopic pregnancy. That was the scariest thing ever.
You got to watch the dog that brings the bone.
I would like to express the things that have hurt me in our friendship. You're young. Am I boring you?
They're just coming in with grenades. Woo! Lord have mercy.
Go down. Yep. Okay. And now you blowing the booty.
Juicy.
Phaedra.
Yes. So, what do we think? Is it giving love and hip hop vibes? Are you excited? Let's talk about it a little bit. Who's ATL stands anyway? Who watches the show? Okay, Marcus, what do you think of the trailer?
You know what? It is giving a little love and hip hop vibes with the editing and the whole sexuality and but you know what? We got to give these girls a chance. You know what I mean? I think the season looks promising. It's going to be new dynamics. It's going to be new feuds that we're not used to. I think we can't hate on it. At least we give it a first shot and give a first episode. Give the girls a chance.
Okay. Natasha, I know you're ATL girl. What do you think about the trailer?
It definitely looks like Mona Sky Gun done came onto the team.
Entered the chat.
And Mona Sky Gun has entered the chat. She said, "Loving hip hop ain't doing what it used to do no more." So I'm gonna go ahead and get over to the Housewives franchise. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, of course. My expectations are in hell, so I'm really not expecting much of anything. It's gonna be cool to see Phaedra and Portia back. There's a lot of new girls though, and I was really disappointed that Kim didn't come back because Kim needs to check, and that would have definitely been a more organic addition for the season. So I'm a little disappointed with that, but I mean, I'm gonna give it a chance, duh. But I also think that they let a lot of time lapse, and I know that they had a lot of casting issues and everything like that, and so I think just the natural chemistry of coming off of another season that has completely been lost between the cast changes and then the continuations of stories, which we're not going to have any kind of continuation of any story except for Drew Sidora, which
Portia.
She sucks.
I'm still trying to understand why she's still here. Portia is not even really a continuation. She's had a whole storyline happening.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Between the time that she was on here and the time that she's starting again. So there's a whole bunch that we're catching up with her on. So this is a whole redo. So again, my expectations are in hell, but we'll see what happens.
I want to ask Michael a question. So, Michael, Kenya has been let go or has been demoted because of, I guess she, like we said, she was showing some revenge pee of one of the other cast members. Legally, what is that even like? Are Bravo trying to protect themselves? Like, are you not allowed to show somebody? Like, educate us. Like, I know some of us know these answers, but for other people, are you not allowed to show somebody's, if it's out on the net, are you not allowed to show it? Like, what's the deal with that?
So, you know, that's every state is probably different on what the laws around it are. But generally speaking, once it's in the public domain, like Brittany Edie's was, my understanding is that was kind of out there. It wasn't as if Kenya contacted her partner that helped her filmed it and kind of got it exclusively and then dropped it still. It wasn't like that. My understanding is that this was maybe a little bit more widely available. So, you know, certainly maybe in poor taste, and that's why Bravo kind of demoted her, or maybe there's something in their contracts, their respective contracts, that kind of forbids them from going this slow or posting or doing this type of thing. Funny though, you know, it's kind of, you say that the shows jump the shark. This is like a moment where it's getting way too over the top. They're really trying to recapture the ratings from these OG seasons.
Yeah,
I don't really see it here. Bravo has not stuck any of these landings on the reboots. I mean, New York is like a snooze fest, and you know, Potomac is just in the shitter as well. So we'll see how this goes, but I don't think it's going to be successful for them.
Who were those people?
Girl.
I think they're only bringing Portia back because of the headlines that Portia had before, and now they're introducing these new people. Really, it does give a Love and Hip Hop feel. Especially like,
who are the people?
And the thing about Housewives backing up on
the Black community isn't that big. We know our celebrities, and we know our A-list celebrities, our B-list, our C-list, our D-list. Who are those people?
You know, a lot of these Housewives shows have started casting influencers and not really
Housewives
celebrities, or you know,
I know some influencers. Who are those people?
A lot of these girls.
The Housewives weren't always celebrities, though.
Yeah,
they were entertaining.
Yeah, but they weren't really housewives.
But they were also entertaining. These people not entertaining. Who are these people?
I think in the new age of reality TV, these producers are trying to bring people with a following already. So that's why they're casting a lot of influencers. You know, they're not really substance or housewives, or they just have an audience. So, you know, that's a built-in audience that's coming to the show. So, Tamar, what were you going to say?
All I got to say is, Needy Leaks, how you doing? I feel like, listen, I don't know what Mona Sky got on Andy Cohen, honey, but it's like, and Andy Cohen said, Mona, girl, you in Atlanta, girl, what's popping? But Brittany Edie used to be in a relationship with Rick Ross.
Oh,
that's one of his girls.
Yeah, so but she
fucked Rick Ross.
She done been around the block with a couple of people. I don't know, allegedly.
But,
yeah, but I mean, the thing is, I feel like Atlanta is like Natasha said, it's been so long. Like they should have not waited so long for this franchise to come back. It's been how many years? 3, 2?
They had no choice. They couldn't get a cap.
Like 2.5, I think.
That is insane. And I agree. Like I don't know what needs to happen, but I don't know if Atlanta's gonna just pop. It may. We don't even know. We don't know what's gonna happen. But I feel like
what needs to happen with Atlanta. It needs to be Nene Leakes, Kim Zolciak, Sheree Whitfield, Marlo, and then you bring a Phaedra and maybe 2 new girls and a friend. That's what needs to happen.
Take Marlo out.
And
keep Marlo. Keep Marlo.
Keep Marlo out. I want a real housewife.
The thing is, I think Marlo was good.
She's a good friend. Keep her as a friend.
Phaedra should have been come back. Let's just really put that out there. Phaedra should have been back.
I think what's going to happen is Phaedra's probably going to save the show, like she did to like they don't want to say it, but Married to Medicine, Phaedra went and saved the show on Married to Medicine. The show
did not stay Married to Medicine.
No. I feel like she brought a little something.
They didn't need her. She needed Married to Medicine. They did not need her.
Okay, let's get into these comments. Jackie Charles says, that's the first time I've seen this trailer. I'm loving it. Looks spicy. Okay. Melvin
Jokey.
Graham said, "Won't no one of them say nothing?" I don't know what that means. He says,
Won't
"Put,
none of them
put
say
Clarissa
nothing.
Shields on the show." Okay.
Okay. Come on, Flint.
Pam said, "Mom said, OGs, yes, and Candy can stay gone."
That
Agreed.
part. I agree.
Absolutely.
Candy's so boring.
Candy should be executive producer. Like, keep her in the background. But we need the OGs. Like, I feel like people are calling for those people to come back.
Delicious.
And Bravo's not listening. And I don't
Bravo's
know.
not listening. I don't know if you. I think Bravo's doing something. They're trying to create a new age of Bravo because they erased all the New York girls with a totally new cast, a younger cast. They're trying to do that to Atlanta. So I think some of these OGs might be really expensive as well. And these new girls, you can give them $1,000 an episode, you know.
But you know, they did that with Miami.
Does their audience even watch TV? We are the housewife audience.
They did that with Miami. Miami was out for a few years, and then they completely redid the whole, like they were gone
like 10
for years. I never even watched after like the first couple episodes of the first season of Miami. I didn't watch it. And so then when they did their whole reboot, and I think that's where Bravo has kind of gotten this idea to keep on trying these reboots because it's been real successful with Miami. Yeah, Miami is great now.
Because they have organic relationships. They really know each other.
They do. And so I think that kind of gave Bravo a little too much confidence to keep on doing these reboots. So they're going to have to figure it out.
All right. Well, it premieres March 9th or March 6th. I don't know what day it was, but we'll be watching. Well, some of us will be watching.
I will.
Let's go on to this next story. So, NLE Choppa is responding to fans claiming he's gay baiting following a new photo shoot he did for Playgirl. And he says, in quotes, "Damn, can't I show a piece of my own ASS?" So some of these pictures are kind of, you know, he's a straight male.
He's wearing garters.
Hold on, Marcus. Who says people can't wear, straight men can't wear that? I'm not, you know, but they are kind of, you know, he's sexy. I will say that. I know a lot of other gay guys that are into him. What do we think? Is he gay baiting? Michael, what do you think about this?
This is so fruity. Oh my God. Yes, it's gay baiting. Come on. Like, be smarter than this. How many times does a gay need to fall for a straight? You know, like, come on. This is a joke. Call the spade a spade. He obviously doesn't have enough talent to get fans without showing his ass like that. So
Jackie Charles says NLE Choppa is a bit zesty for me. Okay. What do we think about these pictures, Brandy?
It's giving post.
I don't like that one.
Okay, why don't you like
it?
I think maybe his boots come up too high or something.
Okay, what about the other ones?
He looks good right there.
It's giving.
Do you think he's gay baiting, Brandy? Hold on, Tamar. Do you think he's gay baiting?
Probably that one with them boots.
Thank you.
But no, I'm gonna say, I feel like now that people are, if he wasn't, now that people are making it a thing, it can be. Like without him even pursuing that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a photographer and a stylist, you know, directing him for the magazine and telling him what to do.
Elton
So,
John.
you know, he does get. I would assume he gets final say.
I don't know. I don't think so.
But I want to say, I want to say this. I feel that it's a stunt because he knows that people are going to look at him. And also, this is the thing with a lot of what I've been seeing with a lot of different like male entertainers, actors, musicians. They're starting to come over to the gay community and build a rapport with those fans because guess who's going to buy their music? Guess who's going to support them? Us. So of course, why not? Let me tell you, when I see these pictures, honey, it's giving me old school porn video, like boy, like what is it, Boy Next Door? Those pornos when they was laying on the bed with the underwear and like things like that. So he knows what he's doing.
I need a visual.
He listen. I can send you some things, honey. He knows he knows what he's doing because guess what? It is a perception. what I can't get from people in this moment, and I'm gonna say I think he got sugar daddies. Allegedly I feel like he do, because yes, he's a sexy man, like he's a pretty boy. So you don't know what's popping in the music scene. We done seen some things.
I wish we had a straight male I could talk to about this, because I want to know what the straight guys are thinking about a rapper they listen to that is posing like this.
But I don't feel
he's just confident.
Well, guys, his audience,
he is just very confident.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm an old school fan of him, right? So NLE Choppa, early NLE Choppa is very black male, straight, hood, ghetto. That's the crowd, right? I've listened to that. So
when did he take the turn?
He has exploded. Not just exploded in terms of like blown. He's blown up. He's transcended. He has transcended. He has transcended.
Go ahead, Shaqqq. Sorry.
NLE Choppa has transcended his original audience. Okay, so he has gone from that almost niche market of that black male straight audience, and he has exploded to international. He's overseas, man. He's with those crowds, and he's out there, and he's really big now. He has blown up. And I think that what happens is when those kids get an opportunity to blow up and they get a bigger audience, they explore. And I think when white kids explore, I don't think that we get too deep about it. But when black kids explore, then all these questions come up.
Absolutely.
He's confident.
He says it all the time too, that he's worked hard.
Yeah.
And I worked this hard. Why would I not want to? He was like, besides my talent, why wouldn't I want to show off my body? He was like, I eat cleaner now. He was like, he is proud of his accomplishments. So why does it have to be a gay bait or anything like that? He is literally saying, look at me. Like, look, I have, like you said, beside him just transcending as an artist, he has gotten the opportunity to see. If you go to Italy, if you go to any of the other parts of the world outside of the US, it's only a thing of as soon as you dress this way. No, men go get manicures and facials and do all these things that women are supposed to do, but it's a part of their maintenance. And he's just saying, look, I've done all this work. Look at me. Because that's all I'm seeing.
That's good, Melanie. And it's really just the black audience.
It is.
It's not white kids aren't thinking about what he's wearing.
So what if he is gay?
I like seeing. I'm sorry, Shaqqq.
I'm saying, so what if he is gay baiting? I mean, he's attractive, right? Like, I'm attractive. You see me? I'm great. You know what? I think it's cool that a black man is willing to gay bait. A straight black male saying, hey, y'all can look at me and I'm okay, and I'm not going to beat you up or like try to kill you if you look at me. It's nice to see a black kid saying that.
Good point, Tamar.
Whoever want to look. No,
listen. Let me tell you, I do. And for me, for moi, I mean, when I see men, like I don't think he's gay. I just think that he's in touch with sexuality and he's in touch with who he is spiritually, because he talks a lot. He talks about being spiritual a lot, and if you listen to what he says, I actually listen to his stories and stuff. And I've been listening to his music, and he's been rapping about more spiritual stuff. I think when people start getting comfortable with themselves and they don't care anymore, then it affects other people. Absolutely. And people get offended. For me, when I see him, I'm like, oh, I'm going to the gym, honey. I'm about to go get these workout in. Let me go. But I mean,
they can't relate.
They can't relate. So I think, hey, if you want to live your best life, if you want to show off your body, you got the body, live your best life.
Absolutely.
Do what you do.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's so funny online. Like, come on, like, let that man live. Like, he is the cool. Look at his lives. His lives be so like lit, and it's not.
He's a key.
Yeah.
He's having fun.
All right, so let's move on. We'll be seeing a lot more NLE Choppa, a lot more, I'm sure.
He's been killing the fashion scene lately. Have y'all been seeing him?
Oh yes, I have. Yeah,
he's found a way to keep going.
He's been on front row at Amiri, Gucci. He's been in all the front row at Paris Fashion Week. So yeah.
If you listen to his early music, you would have never thought that he would be at Fashion Week. Good for him.
Okay, so Brandy and Monica agree that they're open to a new duet after the success of Ariana Grande's remix of The Boy Is Mine. So I pose the question. The only time we hear about Brandy and Monica is when they want to do something together. So I posed a question to the panel. Are they relevant as solo artists these days, or does Brandy and Monica need to tour with each other or do another album with each other to get on the charts to get some acknowledgement? What do we think, Marcus?
You know what? I think The Boy's Mind is synonymous with Brandy and Monica. They really don't get any heat or any press unless they talk about each other. I think a joint tour is the smartest thing that they can do. The revenue will go up. They can premiere new songs. They can debut a joint album for the tour. I mean, they can stand each other now. Brandy knows Monica's not going to beat her up anymore. So I think
allegedly.
Y'all know they call her Gunica.
Allegedly. She admitted that she punched her behind the scenes.
They call her Gunica. Monica,
yeah, it's not alleged. Monica punched her behind the scenes at the award show, and they still went and performed.
She's not hiding it.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Okay, Natasha, what do you have to say about this?
They should have came out with a tour, honestly. That should have been, especially after Versus, they should have done a tour. Unfortunately, I do think that their individual stock is not as valuable as their collective stock. And so, yes, they do make more headlines and everything when they're together. So honestly, the natural progression is to just do a tour, co-headline it. They alternate on who
opens and closes,
who does it, who is the opener, who's the closer, and they just go from there and go ahead and make their money and just call it a day.
Michael, what do you think about this?
Listen, The Boy's Mind was a long time ago, and that's the only thing they're really still talking about. I'm not saying they're not both talented, but a lot of these co-headline tours like En Vogue, SWV, they don't really sell tickets. Like, it's a good idea in theory, but no one's really making a lot of money off this stuff. So if they find a way to get that part down, yeah, go for it.
Okay. And Melanie, Brandy, anybody? Tamar?
Yes, I feel like they should have been, like Natasha said, do a tour since the whole Versus thing, because that was it. But realistically, yes, they do work well together and they do share that great chemistry. And individually, sometimes, Monica's really great, Brandy's really great, but they really don't hit the way that they should in an individual capacity like they should, that you would have expected them to. So yes, The Boy's Mind, to Michael's point, has been some years ago, but how that could be spun is with adding Ariana Grande to it. And that's how they can bring out her audience too and just market to that. Yes, they're going to have their people, but they're still going to get this whole new audience, because now there's a whole bunch. The 90s style are coming right back like it never left. These little girls are going to be on Brandy and Monica so heavy. So it's going to be a whole new audience that they're listening to, that they're going to be some little white girls sitting in my room, like literally. So
yeah,
think about it. Like
me, that was me.
This could be a new thing for them. And I know it's been a while, but this could really be like their breakout to this new generation.
But are they really going to do it?
I think they'll always work. Like I think that they are legendary in their respective fields enough where they'll always work. But in terms of being able to be popular or to get press, I do agree that they're stronger together and it's more interesting together and it's more bang for the buck. And again, The Boy Is Mine is huge. And it is, I think, a song that has transcended time. And I think that today, if that song is played, kids today can probably hum along. So I do think they would be smart to capitalize on it. Now, will they? I don't know. Could they stand doing that together? I don't know. But I do think that will probably be their best bet of doing something bigger. But I don't want to say that they can't they'll always have a career. They'll always work. But being able to really have an impact with the tour, I do think it'd probably be better together. But with that being said, I do also think that they'll always be working. I mean, Brandy was just on a TV show like a couple years back, like
in that movie.
She's still
just had a movie come out.
Yeah, she's still out there. She's still there.
And HBO Max.
Yeah,
I like
but
that.
The oomph, y'all, I do think they could do it together. Would they? I don't know.
Let me say this, and here's this, Shaqqq. One of my nieces actually saw Moesha for the first time and just figured out that was Brandy. So I'm telling you, this is a whole new generation of
think of Moesha? What did she think of the show?
finding out like, oh my
Moesha.
God, light bulb moment. So it's gonna bring a new audience.
Well, I agree that they could use some help reaching the new audience, because I can also say that in the same breath that I said all that, I still think of that tour as appealing to their older audience and maybe something a little newer. But I don't see my kid wanting to go. So they need something to reintroduce them.
Melanie, what did she think of The Boy Is Mine? I mean, what did she think of the show Moesha?
Oh, she really liked it. She was like, "Oh my God, is that her?" Like wow, this. I'm like, yeah, like. And she was like, "So you saw that when it was on TV? That means
Kids are so evil."
It went left real quick, but yes, like
Such an endearing moment. Turned left so fast.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
How old is she?
We're gonna move on from this one.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to see what you guys thought about that. Let's move to our next story. So,
ooh, the disrespect.
One of my favorite places, my favorite, my favorite restaurant, and you guys, everyone laughs at me because they're like, you eat there? Yeah, I eat there all the time. Waffle House is my favorite restaurant.
I love Waffle House.
They are surcharging 50 cents per egg due to the rising prices, and people are kind of heated. So what do we think about this? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'll pay 50 cents per egg to eat at Waffle House. What's wrong with this? What do you guys think? Michael?
I mean, if you kept it.
Yeah, he didn't say Marcus. He said Michael. Listen, I'm pretty plugged into like the business community, and I have a lot of friends who own restaurants. I myself am invested in some restaurants. When I tell you the costs have exploded in the past 2 months, I mean, it's almost astronomical. In New York City, eggs are like $1 each, right? Like if you want a dozen eggs, it's like $12 in some of these spots. So listen, this is how it is now. I don't see a way around it. If you have a restaurant, it's like a razor thin margin on the food, right? You make your money on the booze, okay? And so if you're losing money on your food, that's really tough to make that up with anything else. Labor's gone up, food costs have gone up, and small businesses are closing. So, good on Waffle House for passing this along to the consumer. And I would say, expect more of it. It's just going to keep getting more expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
Michael, are you done now?
I'm done, yeah.
Well, I'll let Marcus go next.
Okay, so look.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No. I agree with Michael. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, if I might add on, definitely, I obviously agree with Michael on this. I was surprised it was so low. I thought it would be something like 75 cents to $1. I think 50 cents is generous given the cost. The articles are popping up even around the city. They went around to some popular brunch places here in Atlanta, and one restaurant owner actually broke down their costs, and the numbers were so basically their restaurant was investing in about $7,500 a week on eggs. They're very popular here in Atlanta. That cost has now jumped to $11,500.
Wow.
Okay. So from $7,500 to $11,500. Right. That's the difference. So I don't even know what that difference is. I'm terrible with math, but that's almost double. That's crazy. So 50 cents is a great thing. And in my opinion, that 50 cents is going to jump, because if you are following what's happening, bird flu is still rampant. It has not been contained. It is still moving rapidly through our food supply. For instance, the state of Georgia has ceased production of poultry as a whole. And people may not know this, but Georgia is a very high producing poultry state. So the state of Georgia is no longer putting chickens into the production.
Words and chickens. We love us some chickens.
Right. And so in Georgia right now, unless you're eating back supply, you will not be getting chickens that are made in Georgia. And so how I've explained it to people who I talk to is that, you can't avoid cause and effect. At some point, the millions of chickens that have been killed because they're fighting bird flu and still have not stopped fighting it, the chickens are going to come home to roost, pun intended. Right. So at some point we're going to reach a shortage. Chicken supply has to ramp up. It has to restart. We're not hearing about this from the CDC, which is usually where we would get it from. So people need to be on Google. They need to be following local sources. They need to be talking to people.
Check your chickens.
Yes, we're in a chicken crisis, and we haven't hit the worst of it. But if you go into the stores right now, you are paying double for chicken.
I saw eggs for $10.99 at Whole Foods the other day.
They're gonna be here. And then
my coworker
that in the future there will be rationing. So get ready.
My coworker has chicken, so I've been buying eggs from her.
Right, and that's another thing. Two people I want to say as someone who has been following what's happening.
$5 a dozen.
I know people who have chickens who have stopped sharing because again, avian bird flu, it is moving. And when you are buying from your homeboys, your homies, are they testing their chickens?
Absolutely not.
Buy at your own risk. This they're not talking about it enough, but it's happening, y'all.
All right. Well,
I did not know the chicken thing was so
about that.
No funny side up right now.
Save Waffle House.
We'll be talking about that in weeks to come. Let's move on. Okay, now you guys, I know everyone's passionate about this story, so please don't everyone start at once. I'm going to call.
You see that comment? That comment from Jay Francis. I think that's worth highlighting.
Let me see. They're also back to limiting the amount of eggs or packs of chicken you can buy. Yeah, here in Chicago as well at Whole Foods. I think you can only buy two
rationing.
Yeah, so most definitely. Okay, so this story, you guys, I know everyone's passionate about this, so I'm going to be calling on everyone separately, and we all can't go at once. I know everyone's passionate. So, Tabitha Brown. Not everyone, obviously. I thought everyone, but there's some people on this panel who aren't big fans of her. I'm a huge fan of her just because she, started from her Uber driving and now she's a millionaire. I think that's worth in a couple of years. I think that's worth recognition. So a Black woman. Most of her products are in Target. And if you haven't been living under a rock, you know that Target is one of the major corporations who rolled back their DEI policy, and they also have rolled back their initiative they had of promoting small Black businesses and promoting and getting them on Target shelves. So there's multiple layers of the story. So a very, very, very famous Black pastor out of Atlanta, Jamal Bryant, has started a rollback of Target in a fast of Target for 40 days. You don't understand what I'm saying? Listen to him.
Beginning on March the 5th, 100,000 conscientious Christians. You don't have to be Black, Latino, Asian, white, 100,000. You're going to sign this commitment to be a part of this 40-day fast. 100,000 of you bare minimal. I'm asking you that after service, you'll go to targetfast.org. Targetfast.org. I want you to share with everybody on your job, every person in your home, every person in your sphere of influence, every person who follows you on social media. I am believing for 100,000 people are going to sign this covenant commitment of not just prayer, but fasting from Target. Here's what is amazing. Listen to me, because what we learned from the Montgomery bus boycott is that racist America doesn't respond to speeches. They respond to dollars. Come on, and if they...
So, basically what he's saying, he wants 100,000 people to sign this and to boycott Target for 40 days. And I'm going to be one of them. Anybody who knows me knows I love me some Target. I'll go in there and spend hundreds of dollars just because. And it's sad that we can't, but I have to. It's for me, it's an ancestor thing. My ancestors have died for some of these these freedoms they're taking back and these DII things, and some Black people are saying they're not going to, they don't care. But for me, it's deeper than that. I think we have an obligation. So I'm going to be one of them. What do you guys feel about, and going back to Tabitha Brown, she has asked people to not boycott her and continue shopping at Target, because that means if you guys don't continue buying her products, then they'll have a reason to tell her, okay, you're not selling and we're booting you out of here. So a lot of Black people have said that's selfish of her to ask us to continue buying her products after what Target has done to the community. So I don't know. Jay Francis said, I love Target. I'm so ashamed of the amount of money I spend there. Same here. So what do you guys think about this? I want to get into this. Everybody has a personal feeling, I'm sure, about it. Some of us more than others because of just where we come from and our heritage and all of that. Let's go. Let's start with Brandy. Brandy, what's your opinion?
I love Tabitha Brown. I think she's so cool. As far as her explaining how things work, how things are processed, that she's in this contract, and also explaining why she needs people to continue to buy her products. I understand where she's coming from a business standpoint. But I also understand people boycotting and not shopping at Target. So she just got to do what she got to do, and we just got to do what we got to do.
Basic. Yeah.
I feel like once her things are off their shelves, they're gonna have to go someplace else anyway.
Right.
So,
Melanie.
I love Auntie Tab. I ain't even gonna sit up here and cap. That's just how I feel. However, I understand to Brandy's point. Like, she's doing what's best for her business. I truly don't feel like she's doing what's best for her people, because the same way how they have created these Black-owned businesses directories where you can go and buy and support other Black-owned businesses, I feel like you can still, because at the end of the day, first, last, and middle of the day, as some people would say, we're the ones who've been supporting her in Target. So for you to be saying, hey, now still go ahead and support Target, Mama, you could go someplace else. We would still buy from you because of who you are. And if you're saying that, hey, now, the Lord said and all of this stuff, didn't he impress it upon your heart to say, no matter where you go, I will provide for you? So I get it from your business perspective of saying, hey,
you better preach
here. But at the end of the day, if we're following you and we're buying Tabitha Brown's, it could be a Target brand knife set, but if they put Tabitha Brown's name on it, we're going to buy it. We're going to pay that money. So the point of it all is, I see where you stand, Auntie Tab, but at the same token, I feel like, are you more fearful of what may happen, or as opposed to standing in your truth? That's just really
good point, Melanie. I want to jump to Kate and Micheal.
I mean, I just think it's a shame that we even have to have programs like this. I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing that we do, but I mean, people should just all be included, and it shouldn't have to, have a program to make sure that things are ran fairly and, racist people aren't, implementing things. So it's too bad, it is too bad. I wonder if Target, I just am trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. I can stick with the Target fast. I'm with that. But I'm wondering if they feel like they do enough on their own to have to have these programs. Like, maybe they feel like they just don't have a problem with any. I don't know.
Was the case, If that was the case, it was very poor timing.
Of course. Like, how did we get from supporting Black businesses in 2020 and to here? In 2020, we were just all going so hard, and, Black Lives Matter, and, just doing what we could do. And I'm not even just talking about the BLM movement. I'm just saying, that era, how we went from there to here so quickly. So it's disappointing.
Micheal.
So, conceptually, I support what he's saying. Support the companies that support you. I'm curious, though, why Target was singled out, because so many have rolled back the policies. I can go down a list. Are you going to stop using Google? Are you going to stop using Facebook? Are you going to stop going to McDonald's or Walmart? Are you going to stop ordering from Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot, Harley Davidson, Molson Coors, Jack Daniels? All of these brands have rolled back the DEI initiatives the same way that Target has. And so I feel bad for her, what she's done for the community, promoting the plant-based lifestyle and improving people's health. That is a really strong message. And to my knowledge, she's the kind of the front runner and the loudest voice, announcing that stuff. That's healing, right? Mm-hmm. And Target is being targeted. See what I did there? And, it's not clear to me why they are above all the others. If your message is we want to support the companies that support us, well, it's a shorter list. And Target's not the only one.
I get what you're saying, Micheal. I do, because I found myself today saying, well, I still use Facebook, but that's a business thing. I was finding myself making, excuses for different things I still use. I think Target has been showcased because a lot of Black people shop at Target. I think Tabitha Brown has caused more attention to it as well. I think it's one of the biggest retailers out of all of them that everyone was so surprised of, because they were so pro-Black small businesses. And, I think that's the reason why. I'm not saying that is, Micheal, but I think that is. So yeah, that's my take on it. Shaqqq, what do you feel about this?
I find it curious that I think something that really hurt Target is that Costco doubled down on DEI. When you see a company like Costco double down on DEI and you see how successful they are and how the money is still flowing, and Costco is known for being, I guess, better to their employees than other companies. I mean, capitalism is capitalism. There's no ethical consumption, blah, blah, blah. But in terms of if you got to have a gig, you'd rather have it at Costco, right? And so to then see such success for Costco, even though they have doubled down on DEI, and then to see a company like Target that was so loudly and so boldly DEI go backwards, it's interesting to me. And the reason it's so interesting to me is because who is their target audience? And the reason that I want to bring up target audience is because there's a time in my life where walking into Target doesn't faze me. And then I become a single mom, and then I hit some years of financial troubles, and I virtually disappear out of Target. And this happens where I end up in Walmart, not because I like Walmart, but because I started looking at my life economically speaking. And when I looked at my life economically speaking, Target wasn't it for me. And so I bring that up to say that the target audience for the target audience for Target is a lot of DEI crowds, right? Because it's people who have a little money, right? You're not in Target every day all the time if you're broke. I'm sorry, you're just not. They're high. They're high. Target is where I started shopping when I got a career, And so I mentioned that to say that your audience could have survived you staying. If Target would have stayed behind DEI, I do not think that Target's ability to make money would have disappeared, similar to Costco. And so I think it went up.
Let's not act naive about the reason why they.
Right, we know why they did it.
We're not gonna act like they just did this magically.
Right, and that's disappointing because now when you look at everything that they were doing, you realize that you thought that Target really cared. And now you realize that Target was just like everybody else in Target was very, very performative. And that hurts hard.
That hurts.
Nobody is confused about what Walmart cares about. We know Walmart don't care about us. We just like the prices. But we thought that Target liked us.
And Micheal, that's what I was trying to.
It took me a while, but I got it.
But Shaqqq said it a lot better than me. So thank you for that, Shaqqq.
We thought they liked us.
Yeah, it's very heartbreaking. It's very embarrassing. I'm always on Instagram showing my Target bags and showing what I buy, and so it hurts. It does. Shaqq's right.
There are groups all across the web of black girls who love Target. Like our allegiance to Target, we really thought that company really rocked with us for real. Right. We understand that to talk about what Kay said. How did we go from 2020 to here? Because it was performative. Everybody got behind Pride when it was a big thing. It was good business. But throughout all of this, we have truly believed that Target was really about us. We believed in it. And that's something that you don't often see with corporations, because we know what capitalism is, but we drank the Kool-Aid for real about Target. People are hurt.
Yeah.
In a way that they'll never be hurt about Walmart. We know what it is.
So yeah, let's
Can I hold on?
Yeah, go ahead.
So there's a couple of things with this. And I'm not the biggest Tabitha Brown fan. However, she did not just refer to her own business. She pointed out all the minority businesses that would be affected by this and how they would be affected by this. Melissa Butler, who owns the Lip Bar, she even came out with a video and talked about how they have these warehouses of their products. They're locked into contracts. And I think that's the part that people are just overlooking. So when Tabitha Brown pointed out that these businesses still need their support, they are locked into they are locked into these contracts with Target, and Target switched up on them. So that's the part that I think a lot of people are forgetting and are not really looking at, because they got into these contracts when Target was seemingly pro-Black, pro-minorities, pro-women-owned business, pro-small business, and then Target switched up on them, and they are still locked into these contracts. They cannot get out of these contracts. Their products are not going to go anywhere. They cannot just jump ship, pull their products out, and then go start their own website, sell the things on the website, and get the same traffic. That's not how retail and supply and demand work. It's just not. That's not how merchandising works. That's not how any of that works. Also, this whole thing, this mass buy-in with Costco, and this is the other part where people just need to understand, capitalism is trash. Every large business expect at some point they're going to turn on you. For everybody doing this mass buy-in into Costco, they can switch up just like Target did any given day. Tomorrow they can say, you know what? Thank you for all of your this boosting the memberships.
But we're going to roll standard to us.
And they have it, but Costco doubled down, say we're not going to roll back our DEI programs. Next week they could definitely change that. Because again,
they own.
We don't know. We don't know that they are a large corporation. I trust no large corporation on the face of this planet. None. So Costco got the money. Costco got everybody's new membership, and then let's give it 6 months where we're out of the window where we'll give you your money back for your membership. We got your money for the next year. We're going to roll back our DEI policy. So now we're going to be in the same boat with Walmart, Sam's Club, and everybody else. This whole thing of, well, I'll go shop here, I'll go shop there. Just because the companies are not saying that they are rolling back their DEI policies, or they're not saying that they do have a DEI policy, does not mean that they are all of a sudden pro-Black, pro-minority. I worked for a very large company here in the Midwest. I won't say who, but leadership management was 99% white male. I was overqualified, way more qualified than most of the managers that worked there. And yet I barely got promoted. I didn't get promoted. You did not see store directors that look like me. You did not see market directors that look like me. So when we do this whole thing of, well, I'll go shop over here, if you look at their management, you do not see diversity. You don't see DEI at work. You see exactly the way that they intend for it to look. So I just need people to be careful with emotionally spending their money based on these companies having DEI policies, whether implicit or explicit, because just because they're not saying that they're rolling back DEI policies or they're not supporting it, does not mean that they won't give us the middle finger next week. And we just have to be mindful of that.
People will find this surprising for me to say. People are usually surprised when they really talk to me about this, but I'm actually not a huge fan of boycotts when it comes to the Black community. We don't have a lot of places to go, period. I think the most important thing for us to do is feed our families.
Exactly.
If you can handle it, do it. But I don't judge people if they don't opt in. I don't.
Exactly.
I don't judge people if they
Hold
don't.
on. At the same time, we got to stand on business like our ancestors did. The Montgomery bus boycott.
For a reason.
Okay,
I'll just
We
say,
gotta do
hold
something,
on.
and we gotta start somewhere.
Okay, I don't.
And we
judge.
can't do everything all at once. So
I think if you can afford to do it, if you feel like you can handle it, okay. But if you say to me, I can't, I'll leave it there. But I don't get into it.
Can I pose a question to some of the people to why is it so hard? Why was it so easy for our ancestors to stand on business, but it's so hard for this generation?
Well, they didn't have a choice.
What do you mean?
I mean, they didn't have a choice.
They did have. They did.
Well, no, I mean, things have changed. You know,
I feel this is what I feel. I feel like there is not back in that era, back in that day, we had leadership to help stand on business. I feel like now we don't have that type of leadership to stand on business. So basically, you have people just running amok, and basically, no one's really guiding this culture into the path. You had Martin Luther King, you had Malcolm X, you had all these people that Rosa Parks and say, you know what, I'm gonna sit on the bus regardless of what they do to me. We like, girl, I'm going
solidarity.
I'm going home.
People
I'm
were
going
doing
to bed.
it for
Like,
the
no,
culture.
we don't have a lot of. We don't have.
Tamar, yes, I agree with that.
We don't have leadership. Like, if you look at our leadership in this country, what does it look like? We don't have good leadership. Like Jasmine Crockett, I think she's one of the best leaders that we got right now for Black people. Mm-hmm. But as far as her, we don't really have a lot of people that's standing up for Black people the way they did back in the day. So when you have all these things that's rolling back, you got too many people in the wrong spaces, and they need to be in the other spaces to really direct and help us as Black people or whatever minority or whatever the case may be to really walk in the right direction. You don't have no Dr. Martin Luther King right now. You have his daughter, but she's not really like out there like that. Right. But it's just like, it's 2025, and I think that if we had stronger leaders that will stand up for this culture, the things that's happening right now would not be happening because you'll have people just running the ship the way it needs to be ran.
Okay. Hold on. Brandy, say what you just said, because I think it was lost with Tamar. That was really good about standing in solidarity. What did you say?
I said that's just what it was back then. For the culture, people were united. They wanted to, you know what I'm saying? They were all on the same page. This is what we want. Nowadays, I feel like Black people is all fighting themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's every man for himself.
Yeah.
It's every man for himself. It's like, you know, as a Black, like, this is what my experience, like, as a Black community, you really haven't, like, say for instance, like, girl, how did you get your business started? Like, what did you do? You don't want it. People don't even want to help.
No, you're right.
Our culture, like, we don't want to see other people get big. Like, back in the day, people were united. People were a family. You knew the aunt, you knew the neighbor. The neighbor said, girl, you need to cook a pie. I'm going to show you how to cook a pie. It was simpatico. Now you got so many people that are either for the people or against the people. You're saying it now. It's all about money.
I was just going to say that it does go back to money, because once upon a time, Black people, all Black people were poor. Now the ones that got a little bit of money, you know what I'm saying? But to them, it's not about us as a people, as a community. It's about their business, their money.
But today, you guys, we are missing a key component from that time, which is the intensity of the oppression. So, you know, when you talk to people now, there are still so many challenges to being Black in America. But being Black in America in 2025 versus being Black in America in 1945, very different. So there's levels to oppression. The crippling oppression forces people together. we no longer have that type of oppression.
And also crippling businesses, because I think we're missing the nuance of with the Montgomery bus boycott. It was so successful because Black people were the primary customers of the bus system, and so that crippled the buses. That literally crippled their services. They were bankrupt, and so that's why they had to give in, because they were not making any money. But unfortunately, us pulling out of Target and us pulling out of Walmart, there's still a very large population out there that's going to support them, that their business they're going to take a hit, but it's not going to cripple their business right now.
I think it might cripple Target though. They messed up.
So my gosh, we're running late tonight because we are so passionate about these. So we have a couple more stories. I don't think we're going to get to them. But I want everyone to take a look at this. If you're watching, screenshot it, send it to someone. These are minority-owned businesses that you can,
and they are carried in Target and on Amazon.
Well, it is what it is. But
it is what it
is.
Screenshot
this, support them if you can, and that's that.
Or you can just buy local. Try to buy local. Buy from people you know. Go to your local flea market.
That's what's gonna have to
Support
happen.
your community.
So God, I want to get to both of these stories. We just can't. It's 9:00. Let's get to let's go through Fashion Files, speed through this, and if we can, we'll get to those stories. Okay, a lot of stuff in fashion this week. We had the Grammys, we had Paris Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week is starting this week. A lot of stuff's going on. So the next couple of shows, we'll be doing a lot of fashion stuff. But let's get into these looks really quick. Okay, so our first look, we have.
I was looking forward to Fashion Files after the Grammys and all that.
Here we go. We have Quad Webb from Married to Medicine and Donna Matoshi. She was at Paris Fashion Week.
Ooh, hello.
Is this a yay or nay?
This is a yes for me.
We're talking about the clothes, you guys. The yes or no?
I'm talking about the clothes too. Shut up.
Okay, Melanie, yay or nay?
Yay, magenta quad for me.
Yes.
Okay. Michael, yay or nay?
It's a nay.
Tell me why. Why don't you like it?
Sorry, what did you say?
You guys, come on. Why don't you like it, Michael?
Honestly, that looks like something you'd see at a certain type of club to me.
Okay.
Love those clothes.
Natasha?
Yay.
Brandy?
Yay.
Kate?
I love it. She looks great.
Nice. All right.
Love a corset.
We have Nene Leakes in 16 in Arlington.
Yes.
Shaqqq, yay or nay?
Absolutely. You know I love her.
Tamar?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Michael?
Yay.
Natasha?
Yay.
Brandy?
Yay. I think it's a cute outfit. I don't like it on her.
Okay. Kate?
I want it. Who makes it? Do you know? Is there a style tag? Who is it? Love.
Yeah, me too. All right, going on. Now, my true fashion kids are gonna understand this. Some of you will not. This was Lisa Rinna at Paris Fashion Week at Victor and Rolf. If you know anything about Victor and Rolf, they're very out of. Kate, you know about Victor and Rolf.
Yeah.
Tamar, you know they're very out of the ordinary. So, Shaqqq, yay or nay?
Avant-garde.
Avant-garde, yeah, very avant-garde. Shaqqq, yay or nay?
I don't know why you called on me. You said from the beginning that this wasn't for me, and you were correct. I'd like to stay out of this one.
Okay, Tamar, yay or nay?
Oh my God, it's giving Club Kid 1991.
Most
like
definitely.
I love this New York City, like RuPaul Club Kid, that energy from Sally Raphael, all those girls. Yeah.
And they do. Victor and Ralph does a lot of that.
I love this.
So,
and the hair.
Melanie, yay or nay?
Yay. And you gotta commend Lisa for doing this because I didn't see
good.
Yeah, I just didn't see this.
Yeah.
So she looks
Michael.
Definitely yay.
Natasha?
I don't like it on Lisa, but I do like the outfit. So yay.
Brandy?
Nay.
All right, Kate.
I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's designers' time to shine during the respective fashion week. So go off,
All right, this is Lisa Rinna again, and Alexander McQueen. Shaqqq, yay or nay?
Well, I like this one. I get it better. It's a nice suit.
Okay. Tamar?
I love it. And the hair, Marilyn
The hair
Monroe,
works.
honey.
The hair is eating up.
Yes, honey. Yes, God.
All right, Melanie, yay or nay?
Yay. I still want to know what shoes, because I have not seen this in movement. I want to know what shoes she's wearing, but yes, like everything about it. She's showing out for 2025. She is hitting all her little check marks.
Isn't she? She's on front row at all the big designer shows. I'm loving
Her
it.
daughters are walking.
Yeah, Michael, yay or nay?
Yay.
Natasha?
Yay.
Brandy?
Nay.
Kate?
Yeah, it's a great look for her.
Okay, moving on. We have June Ambrose and Skims and Dolce & Gabbana. Shaqqq, yay or nay?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
not.
On here.
Tamar?
Girlfriend didn't talking about it.
Yeah, but they should have hit that tag.
Okay, Melanie?
Yay. I see. This is June. So yay. This is June.
Michael?
Yay.
All right, Natasha?
Yay.
Brandy?
Nay.
Kate? I can't hear Kate. Kate? All right. Moving on.
She's freezing.
Oh, okay. Moving on. We have who's next? Oh, we have Britt Edie, who's new at New Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's wearing Dolce & Gabbana. Shaqqq, yay or nay?
Hello. Yes.
I think she's gonna be one of the new fashion girls on the show.
Oh,
what
yeah.
I've been seeing. Tamar, yay or nay?
He said bucket. Yeah, this is a yay. This is it's the body for me. It looks good.
All right, Melanie.
Yay. Them boots got me all the way. Between the boots and the coat, yay.
All right, Michael.
Oh, fur is murder. Nay.
Natasha, yay or nay?
She looked like she going to a Beyonce J. Blige concert. Yay.
Yes.
Okay, Brandy.
I love the boots and I love the coat. So individually, I like the pieces. Like that is not necessary, but it looks good on her.
Okay. And Kate?
I don't think she knows she's muted.
I love it. I love it. She looks hot.
All right, moving on. We have Lisa Rinna again and Alexander McQueen. Shaqqq, yay or nay?
I don't really get it, but I think it's interesting. I'm gonna say yes.
Tamar?
Get your ass off the screen. I'm so tired of her. She look good.
All right, Melanie?
Yay.
Michael?
Listen, whatever Alexander McQueen is doing this season, they need to keep doing it. Okay? Yay.
All right, Natasha?
Yay.
I don't know what happened. Oh, Brandy?
Yay. It's a fun look. I love it.
All right. Moving on, we have Frederick Robertson. He's in Valentino. Oh, okay. Shaqqq, yay or nay?
Absolutely not.
Tamar.
It's giving club kid. That's my era. I love that era, and it's the hair. It's just like Madonna from Justify My Love. Like the hair, the neck piece, everything is giving, and the nails is giving too, and the makeup is epic. It's
all right,
sick.
Melanie.
Yay for his theatrics.
Michael.
Yay.
Natasha.
Tamar's breakdown makes me respect it, so I'll give it a yay.
Brandy.
Nay.
All right, Cynthia Erivo and Louis Vuitton on the Grammys red carpet. Shaqqq.
You know, I struggle to get behind her, but that outfit's fire.
Okay, Tamar.
This is my Capricorn sister. We have the same birthday, and she's giving everything that needs to be gave. Everything. Love it.
Melanie.
Yay.
Michael.
One of her better looks. Yay.
Okay. Natasha.
Yay.
Brandy.
Nay.
All right. Mary J. Blige and Kristen Siriano. Shaqqq, yay or nay?
That's my dog. I don't care what she wear at work. I like her. I love her.
Baby, Aunt Mary said, no more drama, honey. She's giving everything. The hair, that color is glistening on her skin.
Oh.
Baby, she looked like the sun that did not come up, that did not go down. She's gorgeous.
All right. Melanie?
Yay.
Michael?
Nay.
We don't need your hateration in this dancery, Michael.
Natasha?
You already know.
Christian Soriano never does any wrong, and neither does Mary. So this is definitely a yay.
Brandy, I know this is your girl. Yay or nay?
I love this look. I love all of it.
I actually picked this look out for Brandy because I knew she was gonna like it. And she loves Mary J. So, all right.
Iteration in the dancery.
All right, we have Cardi B and Roberto Cavalli. Shaqqq, yay or nay?
Yes, she does her thing. Every time I see her, I'm like, man.
Yeah, her stylist, he does the damn thing. Tamar.
Cardi's my girl, and she is fashion. Like, baby, the look, the hair, the makeup, the pose, everything. She's very detail oriented, and she never gets on the runway and look wrong. This is epic.
All right, Melanie.
I like the old Hollywood look, so everything is given.
Michael, I'm scared to hear what you're gonna say.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a yay, but honestly, I don't think this is very flattering on Cardi.
Okay, interesting.
You gotta see the dress actually move too.
Maybe it's the colors. Honestly, it doesn't go with their undertones.
Natasha?
I actually think it goes perfect with her undertones. It's a yay.
Brandy?
I think it's a beautiful look. Her shape is beautiful. It's cute. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and my last look, we have what's this woman's name?
That's Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner. I'm sorry. I was about to call her Chloe. Kris Jenner. She's wearing now it's a unisex suit. It's from Kylie's new line. What do we think of it? I just ordered it. I knew you did. What do you think, Shaqqq?
I love that, and I know you'd like to move on, but I want to say that one of my chief complaints is I always say, why are their clothes so big? But this is one of those times where it's like bigger, but I think I get it. I don't know. I really like it.
This is supposed to be a little oversized.
Yeah, I get what they're doing, and it makes sense to me, and I'm not turned off. I like it.
All right, Tamar.
I love this look because it's giving her a shape and she don't look boxed. And so I thought it was Khloe Kardashian too, honey. I'm like, I don't know what NAD pills Miss Kris Jenner is taking, but baby, she looked good.
Yeah,
and the hair is epic too with the glasses. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Melanie.
Yay.
Michael.
It's a yay, but honestly, I'm not seeing the unisex here. So maybe you can change my mind when you put it on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wear it belted like that. I think I'm gonna wear it open with a belt. I don't know, but I'm not gonna wear it like that. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Natasha?
I'm not getting a good read on that. I think the picture is just kind of dark. So, yay, nay, I guess.
Okay. Brandy?
I don't really care for it. I think maybe on someone else. Maybe.
All right. Okay, so it's 9:16. That was Fashion Files. Let's go back to, I know you guys really wanted to get to these two stories, so let's do them. I don't know if everybody's going to have time to say what they want to say, but let's just hit on them. Okay, so, Shaqqq.
I'm going to fix it up and put a new owner in place. So where are you going right now? Right now, I'm going to mind my fucking business. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Clear the way.
Okay. Let's play it again.
Okay. These kids love me on these streets. I give these kids money. It's nothing. He don't know what he's talking about. He do not know what he's talking about. Right now, I came here to visit him to fix up his place. Now I might close it down. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna fix it up and put a new owner in place. Lock him up. Right now, I'm going to mind my fucking business. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Clear the way.
Talk about it, I guess. What is this?
Foolishness. Absolute foolishness. This woman, like, meets some kid in Pakistan. Do we say Pakistan? I think Pakistan. And goes over and essentially catfishes the kid. You know, she gets off. This kid is 19. He's
like, no, ma'am.
And he's like, my understanding is that he was kind of like, well, maybe we can rock with it. And his parents said, no, ma'am. and his parents got him and they cleared it. And this woman ends up basically or essentially abandoned. And instead of her leaving that country and saying, like any regular person is saying, what in the world was I thinking coming all the way over here? What am I even doing here? She instead stays and then refuses to leave and then like just takes up residence and then gets super famous because you don't expect some random black woman from New York to come to Pakistan and then stay and then cut a fool and then start speaking to media outlets, and it just caught on. And next thing you know, someone like me who doesn't even use TikTok, because that's where this blew up, learns about this story, and I'm watching. I'm like, are you for real? My understanding is that she should be coming home now. We'll see. But she became like an internet. Okay. She became a sensation over there. Like seriously, like she blew up over there and has fans, and they were giving her money, and so the government was like, okay, we'll pay for you to go, and she just refused to leave. And then they didn't do anything to her. They didn't hurt her. They didn't lock her up. I think they took her to like a mental institution. She left, stayed. The media found her. It's very bizarre, but I'm not embarrassed by it. I think it's hilarious. I think it is very crazy New Yorker of her to go do that and to get
baby.
And I'm grateful they didn't kill her, but they probably had the right to.
I'm gonna say this. I feel like in this moment and age with everything that's going on in the news, we need something light, and I feel like this was a light moment for us to laugh because every time you're looking at the news, it's just so much negativity. This is negative. I gagged and gooped because of the brows and the scarf. It's just a lot to take in, but you know it's funny, and I was like, I think she is bipolar. I think they said she was bipolar. She has come home to New York. They have gotten her tickets.
So did she make it home?
She has gotten home, yeah.
So
okay, well, good for her. I wish her luck. Let's move on. Okay, this is our last story. I hate we have to rush it, but we only have like 5 minutes. That's it. T.S. Madison has found herself in some heat from it's mostly the Black community. It's always our community, but anyways, she's found herself in some heat because of some things she said at an interview, kind of relating being trans to being Black, the same struggle. And some people, when I showed them the video on our panel, the way she worded it, they kind of understood it. But some people still aren't giving her grace. So let's just listen to see what she had to say, and we'll talk about it after.
Saying, listen, there's only two genders. What does that mean to you? How do you feel about that when you heard that?
Well, you know, it didn't bother me because I'm one gender, honey, and that's trans, okay? And at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, you can put legal sanctions on anything. You can never, ever change anybody's identity. You have the right to identify exactly however you choose to identify, always.
I love that. So now what about DEI, which also affects, like, I think a lot of people think it's like about a black and white thing, but it also affects the trans community. Getting rid of that.
Well, here's the thing: the trans community is the Black community. How can we separate the two?
So it's one and the same.
Affects all of us. Anytime that somebody is working against any marginalized group of people or minority, it affects everybody, no matter the sex, gender, race. If it's a minority, it affects everyone.
How dangerous is this?
Very dangerous. We're about to see America go back
America being great again means America being completely white.
Right. Well, not saying right. I have to be unbiased, of course, but so I mean, do you think it's his agenda to make America more white and less black and mixed and transcentric?
Or when he said that he wanted to go back to 1790, in his rhetoric, talking about doing things from 1790, should have told America already. What were they doing in 1790 to black people, to gay people, to Indian people, to anybody that was not 100% white?
What do we think, Brandy?
I think it's trash. I think the struggle is not, or it's not the same. I get where she's coming from because discrimination is discrimination, but I don't feel like it's the same. I feel like categorize it and put it where it goes.
Interesting. Okay. Michael, what do you think about this?
You know, I understand where she's coming from. Maybe the message was presented a bit inartfully, but, you know, conceptually it's kind of stand together or fall apart. You know, a dangerous opinion to put out there right now, because this is the exact type of thing that is being kind of soundly rejected, both in this last election and by these companies abandoning these policies. I'm not surprised that people are upset that she shared it in this way.
Thank you for that. Natasha.
I got a little lost with the being transgender is being black. I don't think that the two are synonymous, but I do think that a threat to equity and inclusion to one is a threat to equity and inclusion to the other. And so for that, I definitely agree. I don't think we can necessarily equate being transgender and being black, just like we can't equate being Hispanic and black. Like, they're all different identities. But I mean, it's definitely, once you start threatening the equity of one, it's bound to threaten the equity of the others.
Tamar, I want to ask you a question. I don't answer it how you think I want you to answer it, because you know how I feel about it. Do you consider yourself a gay black man or a black man?
I consider myself a black man because regardless of my sexual orientation, that's how people look at me. Now, when if I don't open my mouth and speak and say, "Hey, I'm gay," if you see me, you see a black man. I personally feel it is the same because she's a black trans woman. So I do feel that regardless of what her gender is and what her sexual orientation is, they're only seeing black because of her skin color. So that's why I think so much. I think with the climate we're in, I feel like so many people feel that certain people are allowed to say what they want to say because of what they look like. And when the person that comes out and says something that don't look like a certain type of person, it is an issue. People should be able to feel and say what they want. This is why it's the freedom of speech. So I don't get offended by her comment because that's how she feels. But when I look at her, she's black. Like, she is affected by what we're going through in this day and age.
But
they don't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm going to say, what are you going to say?
Unfortunately, our people, black people, don't look at us the same. Because when it's time to rally and fight for welfare benefits being cut off, they want us all to fight with them because we're black. But when it's time for us to have the rights to use whatever bathroom we want to, or put whatever gender we want to on our license or our passport, the black people aren't fighting with us, but they want us to fight with them when it's the cause. You know what I'm saying?
So for me, that's why I did not support Black Lives Matters. Like, I personally did not, just because I've been in so many situations myself. I'm just speaking for me, where Black people did not rally around me as a gay Black man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a society, we're all Black. But when it, like you said, Ashleigh, when it comes to certain situations, Black people don't rally around gay people like that. Like, it's a stigma in the Black community to be gay. And that's sad because at the end of the day, we are all the same. We all just see ourselves differently. But it's so sad that it is that way, but that's the reality. And I feel like in this day and age, I feel like this is where there's no leadership in this community. If we had the right leadership, then people would be able to just look past what's going on and go towards what's going on and like realize that we all got to come together regardless of what we believe in, what we like, who we are. But we don't have that right now. So unfortunately, if we not sticking together, guess what? We're going to keep getting beat down. And that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, very interesting. Thank you for that, Tamar. Shaqqq, same question. Do you consider yourself a lesbian Black woman, or do you consider yourself a Black woman?
I tend to think of all of it together. I tend to say it all. I always say Black first because I think of Black first, and I don't know how you cannot. So, but do I then say lesbian? Yes, but that also has a lot to do with how I present because I am masculine centered, and so the way that I present is immediately suspicious, and so I think that if I was more feminine presentation, I don't think I would mention it, right? Because then I would be more hidden. But because of how I look, I had to very early on solidify my strength and who I am and my love for myself as a lesbian and so forth, and that is. Again, because of my presentation. With that being said, I could hide. But what I can never hide is being a Black person. And so for me, Black always comes first. And therein lies the problem with what she said. And I actually don't think that this was a time that she was trying to make it synonymous. I really think she was saying, I'm a Black trans woman. So trans is Black. I think she was saying, I'm a Black trans woman. I'm part of the Black community. But I think that because of the world we live in, if I was her, I would have been more careful in my wording because the Black community isn't entirely on board with the gay-ish. So they're definitely not on board with the trans-ish. And so they're going to fight back against what she's saying, and then the message can get lost. But why is the message getting lost? Because, as Natasha said, being trans isn't synonymous with Black. And I think that the Black experience is still so fragile. We are not where we need to be, where we need to compare anything to it. We haven't been given enough as Black people where Black always comes first for me.
Thank you. Melanie, same question.
Yeah. But I'm also Black American. And I think if you're not American, maybe it's different.
Okay. Thank you. Melanie, I'm interested. I saved you for last because I'm interested to hear what you're going to say.
Well, I do identify as a Black person first. And I'll use myself as the best example that I have in corporate spaces. Within my current role, in the tech corporate spaces, you don't find a lot of people that look like me. But especially in the tech spaces, right? And if they are in the tech spaces, they're working in the space of a project manager, they're working in the space of a admin. So they don't look like me to say, hey, give me your device, let me fix it, let me help you, let me troubleshoot it. So first things first they see is my skin color. Even if I say, oh, hi, I'm Mel and I'm gay, they don't care. They see, hi, I'm Mel, Black girl. They will first be like, hey, what's your name? So you'll see the stumble over before they get to what's your name. So yes, when I get T.S. Madison's perspective of being Black is, being trans, because that's her experience. That's her experience because that's how she identified. This is how, like, to Shaqq's point, hey, I am out here this is who I am and this is how I had to stand strong in it. So this is how she identified. But for the millions of women who are feminine presenting, who are lesbian, who work in these spaces or who just go out and exist, because you think about it, it's not just within the corporate spaces. It's being accosted at the pump, being accosted at the store. So there's so many nuances to it, but you being seen first as being Black. Or in most cases, if you're a Black woman in any of these spaces and you have a panic attack or maybe experiencing some form of anxiety, you are now labeled as the angry Black woman. So it's not just saying, oh, well, there's this and there's that. But to her point, if you are of a minority community and you're being marginalized, we're all being marginalized from a minority perspective. But within that Blackness, you're still a very small minority because we all, like you say, we all see each other differently. And they're not behind not one piece of LGBT or T. So
okay. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that, Melanie. I really appreciate that. We had a good show tonight, you guys. This was long. We never have shows this long, but we had a lot to talk about. I want to say before we leave, I told the team that we were not going to address it until we got final word, but TMZ is as final as you can get. Thank you for Natasha for sending me this. We send our prayers out to Irv Gotti, who apparently has passed at age 54. He worked synonymous with acts Ashanti, Ja Rule. In the early 2000s, he is the producer and head of that music group. So and DMX, we can't forget DMX, Brandy. But we want to send our prayers out to Irv Gotti's family, and our legends are leaving here, you guys, and fast. So with that, all minds clear.
All minds are clear.
Yeah, thank you for hanging with us so long tonight. Please like and share this. Please also go to, well, I'm not even go there right now. We'll talk about that next week. But like and share. We have some big news coming next week. I'm going to announce. I can't wait to announce it. That you guys are going to want to hear, and you're going to want to stay tuned because this is going to be big. So, all minds clear?
Very clear.
Thank you. You guys have a good week. Like and share. We love you. Everybody stay on. Peace.
Bye.
Good night.